Ladies and gentlemen, it's great to see you guys all again, shifting from Grand Hyatt to 2ICC this morning. We're still in the Centennial celebration of YMI today, and you're in the right place. Now is the time for the third video of YMI story. So please welcome ISD Mr. Jos Varghese to come up.
Good morning. Welcome to the Taiwan International Convention Center. We have a new venue for this last day of our Centennial celebration, and it is a new beginning. On the first day, we listened to our founding. We were founded in Toledo, Ohio, and then the International Association of Wise Men's Club was founded, officially established in Atlantic City, New Jersey, during the Centennial Triennial Convention of the YMCA of the United States from 15 to 17 November 1922. So we heard that story, and then we also listened to how our movement has been grown as a global movement, reaching out to 76 countries in the world. These are our heritage. These stories making us proud. These legacies giving us strength. So at your registration time, you got a book celebrating our legacy. This book contains 100 stories. Instead of a history book, we have decided to publish 100 stories that tells what we made as a movement, our milestones, and the legends that give leadership to our movement, and the impact that we made. You had a copy of one of these books, and then if anybody wants to have more copies, there can be available too. Apart from this, what is important is, what is our movement today? How we are function as a global movement? And what is our aspiration and dreams for the future? How our young people think about, the younger generation of our movement, thinking about the movement that we want in the new century. The new video is about how we are functioning as a movement today, the wishes and aspiration of the movement. We have developed a new strategy for the next 10 years, which is called Strategy 2032, which gives a direction for our movement as the first decade in the new century. It tells about what kind of a movement we are looking for, a movement that makes strong impact in the community and that build fellowship. And the title is The Eminence in Fellowship and Community Impact. Apart from that, we wish to have strong impact in the three areas of health, education, and environment. And our projects at club level to international level has to be channelized into one direction so that we will become a visible movement that makes strong impact in the areas of health, education, and environment. Let's listen to our young people and also who we are today, and that gives a sense of direction to journey from first year of the new century. Welcome.
As the year 2000 approaches, YMI finds itself in a unique position and facing certain challenges. The loyalty and long-standing commitment of club members, a defining characteristic of the organization and a source of pride, means that clubs, originally consisting of active professionals, are now naturally evolving into senior groups. Overall, existing clubs are closely knit, enjoying an exclusive brand of fellowship, comfortable in their customs, and while in theory open to change, resistant to implement it at the local level. The traditional YMI club model begins to struggle to find its place in modern society. Recognizing this, YMI will begin a campaign to maintain its relevance. In 1997, YMI officially joins the digital age with its own website, gradually incorporating the use of social media as it becomes the new communication standard. Another approach is to enter into more international partnerships. After gaining a non-voting seat on the YMCA World Executive Committee in 1998, the organization looks outwards. It obtained special consultative status as a recognized NGO within the United Nations Economic and Social Council, ECOSOC, in 2006. In 2008, YMI's associated UN Project Committee will suggest supporting the global fight to eradicate malaria. The Rollback Malaria Initiative develops into YMI's fifth international program. Initially operating through an independent relationship with the Red Cross Red Crescent Societies, a new multi-stakeholder agreement with the Global Fund, the World YMCA and the Foreign Commonwealth and Development Office of the UK Government, created in 2019, will give us even greater recognition as a global charity. Time of Fast projects must now align with at least one of the UN's Sustainable Development Goals. Further steps are taken to modernize our organization through the creation of an environmental policy, addressing concerns of the current world. The Yokohama Declaration, published by YMI in 2010, states, "We recognize the real threat to life due to the changing environment and limited availability of resources. All members are encouraged to help minimize the impact through their behavior and actions." Every year, the organization allocates funds to projects dedicated to diminishing our carbon footprint. Focus on climate change and sustainability is furthered, partly through the implementation of the Week 4 Waste Global Cleanup Project, where YMI-affiliated clubs across the globe mobilize to pick up and responsibly dispose, or ideally recycle, trash in their communities. The environment will also take precedence in our forward planning agenda. In 2015, a voting seat is officially reserved on the legislative board for a member under the age of 40 in a further attempt to enthuse the movement. In 2019, the Paul William Legacy Initiative is introduced, adopting various projects to honor and celebrate our founder and our approaching centennial. PWA legacy projects include installation of a granite headstone at the previously unmarked grave of Paul William Alexander, a Toledo public park renamed in his honor, digitization of our archives, and purchase of an IHQ office in Geneva in 2022. 2019 also introduces an annual international summit for regional directors-elect. In 2021, the Heal the World (HTW) Centennial Project will envision a network of YMI professionals sharing experiences and expertise and eventually coming together as international volunteer teams bringing aid to the world's poorest communities. Impacted by the COVID-19 pandemic and other factors, the larger HTW vision has not yet been fully realized. Nonetheless, HTW brings freshness and inspiration to the movement. Money from the corresponding fund provides for pandemic relief efforts and support to refugees of the conflict of the 2022 war between Russia and Ukraine. In 2022, a special working group will develop Strategy 2032, which will become accepted as the blueprint for the first 10 years of our second century.
In speaking with young club members, it is encouraging to know that our original principles remain uncompromised. YMI is and will remain an organization of moral, compassionate allies working to make an enduring and positive difference in the world. Our young people resonate our core values of love, compassion, sacrifice, and selflessness. The word family is used often when talking about our movement.
Para mí, YMI International es mi segunda familia. Es porque es donde he podido crecer como persona, como joven. Y también estoy muy contento de que mi familia, papá, mamá y hermanos y amigos puedan participar con el fin de ayudar a otras personas y también trabajar mucho con la YMCA. Eso, chao amigos.
It should be the goal to extend that family to include more diverse members representative of today's communities and to ensure that our organization comes across as a place welcoming to all. Cultural understanding and acceptance and appreciation of difference is another defining characteristic of YMI that should be promoted. Many refer to YMI as a spiritual community, and we take pride in welcoming persons based on their commitment to our mission of building an equitable and sustainable world without prejudice based on religious affiliation, race, culture, etc.
Our goal is to create a space where people from all religious affiliations feel welcome and included. Therefore, let us continue to embody Christian values in our actions.
Our journey into the new century is based on realizing an inclusive fellowship coming together in solidarity to optimize impact. Our young people recognize that change starts from within, and local action will be unique based on distinctive circumstances.
So, what do I have to change in my mindset that through my actions I can make a difference?
However, they aspire to connect more efficiently the independent work of the clubs into the framework of the YMI mission through coordinated and themed campaigns developed at the international level. This will build our brand. To raise awareness and enhance relativity, they encourage better and increased use of popular media options.
From my research, TikTok happens to be the #1 most used app in the world, follows suit other apps. So why not make good use of this app for our purpose? Having to create content like skits and short films that are intriguing and entertaining, yet conveying the necessary information, is a better way to get the attention of the young people. Posting on TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter with a unique hashtag is a quicker way to get engagement and better communication to young people. Thank you.
It should be the association's goal to work towards a level playing field, an equitable world.
We build together with kindness and compassion for a better tomorrow. I want that kindness to begin from within Wiseman. There are so many people within Wiseman who are very powerful and who can provide opportunities in abundance to our youth. Let's start by providing them those opportunities to travel, to work, to experience more cultures, more internship opportunities. Let's make them capable together to be so strong and so capable that tomorrow they will be out there providing opportunities to those who don't have it.
Youth are looking to YMI to provide further learning opportunities and the financial resources to help make them equally available. Education is a focus point within Strategy 2032, and within this context, future projects should work to create learning opportunities across the globe.
As we all know, education is good. Education opens the door for opportunities that people would otherwise have access to. Therefore, it is important that YMI works to increase education, educated communities.
An educated population is one that arrives at informed decisions. It is also key in developing self-sufficiency and advancing society in a positive manner. One method suggested is to develop 2021-22 IP Kim's idea of a networking forum, where members might find support and answers among themselves. Ideally, such forums will present a way to enhance connections between the older and younger generations in a mentoring structure.
I got so much love and support from the Wiseman family, either from my area or from my Wiseman friends in many different parts of the world. I have learned and got to experience so much from them and can use those great ideas in my everyday life.
YMI's engagement in the health sector will be very important in defining the movement in the new era, and these forums might also be a way to provide care for those struggling with their mental well-being.
As a wise person once said, the cheerful mind preserves, so as good health is not something we can buy. However, it can be extremely valuable savings account. Strategy 2032 will also actualize our sources and also keep continuous making of positive change in the world since we have arrived at second century of YMI.
It is accepted that YMI will prioritize access to basic health and hygiene services in its local and global projects. Likewise, it will continue its engagement to fight climate change, working to protect the environment, as this continues to be one of the world's most pressing concerns, impacting everyone and potentially threatening the future of our planet.
私の意見として地球環境保全のためにできることとしては子どもたちへの自然体験の機会の提供を挙げさせていただきます。例えばワイズメンズクラブと YMCA が他の NPO などと協力して自然の中でのキャンプや森林保全の活動の体験の場を提供することで子どもたちは健全な発達を得られるだけでなく自分たちの住む地球についての目を向け育む気持ちを芽生えさせることができると思います。これは YMCA キャンプの持つ歴史を生かした私たちの長所が存分に生かされたプログラムになると思っております。
YMI commits to continue its work to become carbon neutral by supporting offset programs, funding solar installations, tree planting and more, while exploring other options to increase its environmental engagement. We know that with the conscientious, motivated and reflective young wise men and women of today our next 100 years are secure, and we look forward to stepping boldly into a bright future with them as they come into their own and become the stewards of our movement.
Join us.
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 Join us. Thank you. Coming up is the installation of IEOs, International Executive Officers. Therefore, ladies and gentlemen, would you please welcome PIP Ms. Jones to host the ceremony. Let's welcome Ms. Jones.
Good morning, everybody. It's lovely to be here and see all of you around this hall. Dear YMI leaders, friends and colleagues, welcome to this final day of our special 100-year centenary celebration. What a great time we've had so far here in Taiwan, renewing old friendships and making new ones, reliving many of the experiences of our time as WISE members. Over the years, we have enjoyed many successes and achieved many milestones while working together side by side, and when necessary, overcoming the challenges that have faced us. A big thank you to those who have worked tirelessly behind the scenes to make sure that this event would be a success. Thank you very much. This morning, we are privileged to witness the installation of the International Executive Officers for this coming period. I have the important task of introducing our new International President, Ulrich Lauritsen, to you. Many of you know Ulrich quite well, but many of you may not. Ulrich Lauritsen was born in 1946 in Denmark. He joined the military for 3 years after finishing his high school studies. That's where he gets his booming voice from, I think. When he completed his military service, Ulrich trained to be a teacher and spent the next 12 years being involved in teaching physical education. From here, Ulrich took on an 8-year position as a high school inspector for sport. I think that's a job we would all like. Later, a change in direction in Ulrich's working life led him to take on the challenging job of being an event coordinator for a hotel and conference centre not far from his home in Denmark. This must have been a very rewarding time for Ulrich as he remained in the position for the next 17 years. The next big change came when Ulrich decided to retire in 2012. He has been a member of a Wiseman's Club since 1976, joining when he was very young at the age of 30. That sounds very young from the perspective of today, when many of us are at the other end of the scale. He has held many leadership positions in Denmark for YMI, although being a regional director was not one of them. And that was the same for me too. He has always supported the YMCA, although not a member, but very happy to help them in the work of the local YMI clubs. 5 years ago, Ulrich was elected as the International Council member to represent Area Europe, part of that time taking on the position of Area President. Ulrich was asked to nominate for the position of International President-elect and was successful in winning that position last year. We now look forward to seeing the results of his work and influence as a leader in the highest position in YMI, knowing that it will not always be smooth sailing during his term. It is often surprising to learn what can be achieved when difficulties come our way. In 1 Corinthians, we read that God can pour out the blessings in astonishing ways so that we're ready for anything and everything, more than just ready to do what needs to be done. Paul also writes in Philippians that he was confident, just as we would be too, that God, who began a good work in you, Ulrich, will certainly bring it to completion. Your theme, Let Your Light Shine, will help us to focus on our 2032 goals, and your slogan, Good Cooperation is the cornerstone in any cooperation, will remind us about respecting and considering other points of view in all our decision making. Best wishes and blessings for one of the most memorable periods of your life. I'm sure your club members back home and your family are very proud of you. Thank you for being willing to stand. I would now like to invite the incoming international leaders, IP Ulrich Lauritsen, IPIP Kim Sung-chae, IPE Charming Shen, IT TM Jose, ITE Eric Broom. Please come to the stage. I think we are now going to see a video. Is that correct? Thank you.
Sorry, the video wasn't provided.
No. Okay, due to time constraints this morning, they haven't had enough time to upload it. So thank you for honouring our leaders up the front. I would now like to invite PIP Moon Sang Bong to come up and conduct the installation for us. Thank you very much, PIP Moon. Thank you. Thank you.
Wise men, women, and youth around the world, it is my pleasure to extend warm congratulations to Mr. Ulrich Lauritsen, our new international president for 2023 and 24th, and his IO team. Let me please stand in front. Yeah. Let me recite the inaugural charge to IP Ulrich. To be elected as the international president of the International Association of Wise Men's Clubs is a great honor. In our organization, it is the unwritten rule that the office should seek the candidate rather than the candidate the office. Mr. Uli Rollis, please listen to the qualities expected of you. Each commences with the letter I. Idealism is the first. You are expected to demonstrate idealism, to dream big, to find new and innovative ways, to devote to our movement, and to serve the Wise Men's Christian Association. Interest is the second. You are expected Congratulations on behalf of your fellow Vice Service Club members, family and wise men around the world. Congratulations. Continue. Continue.
I haven't got any anymore.
Yeah, congratulations. Good morning, everyone. Wise men, women, and youth around the world. It is my pleasure to extend warm congratulations to IP Ullironis and his IO team. As we get here today to celebrate this installation, I'm inspired by his theme, Let Your Light Shine, which reminds us of the positive impact we can have as individuals and as a collective movement. IP Ullich's passion for fellowship and community impact is evident in his everyday message, and his commitment to empowering leaders and modernizing our organizational structure is truly admirable. On his leadership, I have no doubt that we will achieve great things. Encourage all of us to take IP Ullich's words to heart and let our light shine, both in our own communities and in our interactions with fellow club members from around the world. Let us come together as a collective movement to achieve clarity and luminosity on a grand scale. Once again, congratulations to IP Ullironis, IP 차미션, IP 김상채, IT TM Jos, and IT Elibram on this exciting note. We are all looking forward to seeing the amazing things he and his IO team will accomplish in the coming year. We look forward to the leadership and the contributions you will bring to the organization. Thank you.
Thank you very much, PIP Moon. Let's give everyone another round of applause. Thank you. Thank you.
Dear fellow wise men and respected guests, I really don't know what to say. It is a privilege now to be the IP for YMI. Let me start with a thank you for having the trust on me as IP. I have been vice man 47 years and have had a lot of leader positions through all years. Last and I have never been dreaming about that. But if somebody were confident with me as IP, I said yes. Let's go. And I was eager to see if I would succeed. Now I'm here. Yes, by a coincidence already. But I'm ready to let my visions work for YMI. We have many challenges in YMI, and just now we are working on to modernize our constitution. We are 100 years old and have a lot of traditions through all these years, but times are changing, and we have to update. It is not just an easy task. We have to think twice, many times, before we send it to voting in the ICM. Don't worry, not this year, maybe in 2 years. We can take few of the guidelines which need to be changed just now, but we don't have to hurry with the heavy changes. My term as IP will be the vision and goal to build on and increase the fellowship and the world outlook, because roots of the wise man's tree have to get a lot of water. We can call it inspiration and motivation if they have to grow properly. My hope is that happiness and the activities will open your eyes to look extrovert and explore the Wise Man International. In 1982, I was a BF delegate, and since that time, I was burning much more for the organization. Hope all of you attending this anniversary celebration will get a lot of good experiences and go home and let your light shine for your fellow wise men. Thank you once again and enjoy this morning. Thanks.
Thank you so much. Let us give a round of applause of this great moment again. Congratulations to the IEOs, and thank you for your dedication and devotion to YMI. For the installation, we also have a slide that we're presenting to show all the new IEOs.
It's a pleasure for me to hand over this banner for the home club for Xiaoming. And congratulations for the club to have the international president-elect in your home club. So I would like to see the president come up here from, yeah.
Thank you again. Let's give them one more round of applause.
That's not all. Right after is International President-elect IPE address. Please put your hands together and welcome IPE Mr. Shen.
Thank you very much. And once again, I'm standing out here. Good morning to you. This moment makes me very excited and thrilled. So my heart and my mind, just running very hard. At this moment, let me just communicate with you some of my ideas for the future. So, dear International President, Mr. Ulrich, and dear distinguished all the guests, and all the PIPs, PAPs, PCPs, all the YMI members hereby, thank you so much. Yeah, we are celebrating our 100 years anniversary. Yeah. It is indeed my honor and my pleasure to accept this appointment to be as International President-elect. I'm very proud of our past because of our pastor leaders. They give their dedication and working hard and make a good achievement. So this is the past. It's our glorious history. We have benefited too much from their dedication. Yeah. My sincerely thanks to all of you and all of them, and I wish they can lead us for the next future. The leadership of our organization, I think, should be managed well, inspiring all of us, and just let us very proud of our past and now. Also, we need to have a good vision for the changes that we are going to face. I look forward to the future, and that will be a good, bright vision for us to follow, to get through. I hope to continue our programs and strengthen our YMI through the process of systematic instructions and continue training and get more resources. I will also retain our commitment to solidarity to ensure that all of us are able to perform our role serving the worldwide community. I'm sure, thankful, and I will work hand in hand with you to promote the reform and to promote the reform and openness that now you show in the screen. That is possibly for my future thing. That it is only tentative, but we like to think more. What's the good? But so far, I put my sin as reform and openness. And my slogan, we are simple is beauty. Why I say simple is beauty? This is very easy word, but I like simple means very honest, very open and no secret. Yeah, we put our, what we done, we show to our YSMN members and keep our moving, they easy to understand. That's what I want. So let me repeat, reform and openness, these are my sin. Future sin, and simple is the beauty. Yeah, thank you. I pledge to work for the common good and for the principles of our organization. Our motto is to acknowledge the duty that accomplishes every right. Since I joined the YSMN, I keep this English motto always bear with me. Yeah. So let me join hands in hand with our IP, Mr. Ulrich, and our IEO team. Yeah. Our Mr. IP, Ulrich, will be a pillar of strength to empower our organization to great height. I pledge to always serve the movement in the spirit of fidelity and commit to the common good. Let us looking forward to a brighter tomorrow. Go, let's YSMN go. Thank you so much. Now, I'd like to shortly just call some VIP guests to the stage. I will show my respect to them, please. Our IP, Mr. Ulrich, please come to the stage. Our IP, Mr. Kim, Mr. Moon, PIP. He left. World YMCA, Mrs. Sohela, and Taiwan RD, Wang Chong-he, and this time our very organized, very well program, this team chair. Yeah, Bai Xingnin, please. And our Mosquito, my staff CEO, come to the stage, and our team chair, Centennial team chair, Mr. Hank, please come to the stage. With my position, I'm very complicated because I'm area president from Asia Pacific area, and I'm also the IPE and also IPEE. Yeah. So, and under me there is some RD from join this. I appreciate their support me. That's another one. Southeast Asia, Mr. Luang Chen, please come. Luang Chen. Mr. Sato-san, Japan East region. And Manila, please come. And APA1, Mr. Number One is here. Yeah. Number one, APA1.
Thank you, Mr. Sen. Everybody, let's give them another applause.
Coming up is keynote speech on YMI Vision for the Future. In this session, 2 youth leaders will deliver their point of view on YMI Vision for the Future. First youth leader is Leonardo Lopez, who is an ICM International Council member Young. Let's welcome ICM Young, Mr. Lopez. Let's give him a hand.
Good morning, everyone. Morning, morning, good morning. My name is Leonardo Lopez. I am an ACM Young. Not too young, I think so. Today, we have some cartoon on screens. 1, 2, 3, 4 screens, I think so. You're going to attend to it, okay? Let's do it. Wise Men International in the Future. Tradition to Modernity. Hi. My name is Nayo, and today I will be your friend, and I will explain the transition between the tradition to modernity and how it can be useful for Wise Men International. First of all, what is tradition? In term tradition, we gather the customs, habits, and practice that are transmitted among the members of all community. In other words, a group of people who feel represented and identified by a practice or customs that they share, decide to preserve and transmit it. And why tradition is so important? Through it, we learn about values, we strengthen our identity and self-esteem. We develop our personality. And what's modernity? Raises the idea of progress and social evolution based on knowledge. And why is modernity so important? Modernity promotes transformation in the organization of nations. Can they get together? It is the same? Of course, yes, but it requires putting some efforts on some keys. Key strategic actions: identity, inclusivity, innovation, idealism, interest, initiative, and industry. We will explain all the keys to achieve our goals in 10 years, okay? First, inclusivity. Diversity and inclusion. To become a modern organization, we need to seriously pursue cultural, religious, and gender diversity at all levels. Youth priority. We need to listen to young people, not only those already within Wiseman International, but also potential partners within our own families, communities, and elsewhere, and adopt change based on their feedback. Identity. Develop Wiseman International as a distinctive and strong brand of camaraderie and community impact. To work collaboratively with Wiseman, YMCA, and ACM around the world as a mission partner in keeping with our history to build an equitable and suitable world of all. Communicate impact stories to build the brand. Next one, innovation. To survive in our second century, we must consider adopting more contemporary practice, including, but not limited to, re-energize the tradition club service paradigm, creative fundraising, improve our use of digital and other technologies, increase opportunities of camaraderie and collaboration. Next one, idealism. A strong organization is positive and forward-thinking, believing in brighter tomorrow. We must adopt as goals, use only positive message and references, create processes to identify negative factors to turn them into positive ones, promote the healthy balance, mind, soul, and body. Interest. We must strengthen interest in Wiseman International and the mission in the world, not only the communities, but also within the clubs, through pursue brand awareness through strategic partnerships, develop effective knowledge, sharing strategies, and networking with a purpose, provide reliable mentoring and support system at all levels. We can take the following first steps. Create a climate conducive to exchange and elaboration of ideas to build an active club life. Enhance our leadership development strategy to ensure the availability of capable people ready to coordinate, correspond, and report at all levels. And what is the main objective? Do you know? Grow. This is the main objective. And for what? Be happy. And make others happy. Together we can do it. Let's make our movement grow with people who work together and with passion for more equitable world. I hope everything was clear and you like learning more. Have a nice day and thank you for your kind attention.
Thank you, Mr. Lopez.
Thank you very much.
Give him one more round of applause. And then the second youth leader is Alex Ho, who is PYRM, which is Past Youth Representative Mentor. Let's welcome Mr. Ho.
Good morning, everyone. Morning. My name is Alex Ho. Also been at the MC for yesterday and today. But today I'm actually presenting in another perspective compared to the previous presentation. I want to actually bring out more of what are the young generation thinking. And in the 1920s, there was a philosopher in China actually that said, the youth is actually the foundation of the society because how their mindset, how their actions bring out, well, there will be pillars of the society going forward. So knowing their mindset is a key thing that we should all know. And at the Wiseman Club, with a focus on youth and the society, I think it's a great topic to share. So there's slides also that I'm presenting. Just more discussing more about what's happening right now. So I don't know, have you guys been noticing ever since COVID or before that slightly, it's harder and harder to find workforces in different industries. In the service industries, in restaurants, it's so much harder to find people that's working there. So at least that's what I've been seeing in Taiwan, in US. It's much harder and employers are suffering on this also. And also, since COVID happened, there's one thing called the gig economy that started. A lot of people want to become freelancers. Instead of working a permanent job in an office, they will actually want to do things that they can have more control of their time. For instance, driving Uber, doing food deliveries, being an influencer, or being a freelancer that they can be a digital nomad, working in different countries for their jobs. That has gradually started. And so that's had also led to a time that it's harder for traditional employers to find employees. But why is this happening? Why do the young generations are having this mindset change is really important for us to really understand and look into. What's a mindset behind all these actions? Because we are seeing these phenomena, these things happening worldwide. And actually, what do they want? What do the young generation actually really want? The thing is actually pretty simple. They want the same thing as we always wanted. We want happiness. We want growth. We want flexibility in our schedules, that we have a better work-life balance. But it's just different things that are empowering us to do that. So this is actually a sheet that Deloitte had just done a survey in 2022 and 2023. As we can see, they're comparing Generation Z and the millennials of what their mindset changes. And you can see the first one, the blue bar is actually, sorry, I can't really see in the, it's the Gen Z and the millennials. But you can see that there's a mindset of a good work-life balance. There's more and more people that are valuing a work-life balance, which makes sense. Who doesn't want a work-life balance? But you can see that the mindset change is gradually changing. And there's also some other focuses that are increasing also, such as a higher salary benefit, and then a meaning of the work. And then there's also flexibility in work models. These are the things that have been increasing of what people want. And it makes sense, because nowadays when we're pursuing happiness, there are different values. Families, should we work 70 hours, 80 hours a week, or do you want to value more when we have kids and spend time with them? In the past, it's really having a focus on the workforces and having the time in your offices, but how do I find meaning in that? How do I balance my life? So ever since COVID, it spurred up that time to rethink, what do I want in life? And gradually, with the power of internet, we have a lot more options. So you can see in the past, a lot of focus was in the full-time job. People go to work, go to school, graduate, go to work, and then work hard, support their family, gradually retire. But now, as the time of the internet came up, ever since the 80s, the 90s, we saw there's different options of gig economy. We saw the uprise of Uber or deliveries, and even people like just freelancers posting jobs, different things through the internet. And then, so you can start seeing there's a generation in my age, the 30s, that we started actually, instead of having a full-time, we also have some side gigs. So you can see people after work, they might drive an Uber, or they might own an Airbnb somewhere and be an Airbnb owner. And then, so we do have a full-time job, and we also have a second or third cash flow stream. So that is really empowered by the internet that we can actually have these different options. But interestingly, in my 30s right now, when I talk to people in their 20s, they don't even want a full-time job. They're doing the gig economy as their full-time. I've been talking to people and they're saying and asking, what is your dream job? What do you want to do after school? And a lot of them said, I want to be an influencer. TikTok, YouTube, all that. I want to be an influencer. And I want to earn my income through ads and through different sponsorships. And it's really interesting thinking about that, because how I was raised up, I was still told to have a stable job and then have insurance, health plans, and all that through my full-time job and advance my career through a corporate job. And that's the stability that we wanted. But looking at in the 20s, the people in their 20s right now, I have a question like, why don't you think of stability? Like, why do you want to do a gig economy for your full-time job? And they're saying, because if I look at my hour rate, I'm earning so much more. Because for a full-time job, it's a fixed salary. And sometimes there's tons of work you have to do. Or you have a small promotion, but your compensation is like 5% raise, 15% more work. So you're seeing a trend that a lot of people in our generation right now, they don't want the promotion. They'd rather have, okay, 9 to 5, that's my work. I don't want any promotions. I don't want extra works, because I know I can have a higher hour rate when I do my gig jobs. And the next generation, they already calculate out, I don't want a full-time because that fixed salary, that hour rate is just not worth it. And then we come and ask, but how long can you do this as an influencer? Is it only 5 years, 10 years? You can't do it for 40 years. But they come and say, if it comes back to financial freedom, I might be able to reach it within that 5 or 10 years because I earn so much more on my hour rate. And that's one thing that I found very interesting and I never thought of before. And I'm only in my 30s, but listening to the 20s, it's mind-blowing because it's a different mindset that I never thought of. But I think this is happening worldwide because internet, influencers, all these are happening everywhere, and it's empowering a lot of people to do these things. So when we look at the scale of the gig economy, this is actually a survey done by the MasterCard Gig Economy Industry Outlook. You can see in fiscal year 2018 to 2023, it has grown so much, from 204 billion to 455 billion. And it is actually growing and growing. Because now, you guys probably heard of younger people using TikToks, using YouTube, and using different sources of things as it's taking their time, probably 2 hours, 3 hours of their whole day, just going through these and getting influenced. So the gig economy is actually taking over a lot also on advertisement, marketing, job sources, and all this. So we can see that's a growing sector. And then this is also done using those numbers also, breaking down of how the numbers are as US, for example. For instance, 27% of our people are reported working temporary, contract, or freelancing in 2021. So that's actually a huge percent of workforces that are actually doing freelancing and gig economy. 16% of Americans are earning money via online gig platforms. So these trends are happening, and it might keep on increasing because as more and more people hear about it and try it, they might be doing these things also. But one thing that I think might be a concern down the road also is 62% of these temporary contract freelancing said they actually would rather work at a permanent job. So they're exploring their future of should they do gig economy, should they do it full-time. Actually, a lot of them said they might need to consider doing full-time also. But with these things happening, a lot of companies are facing challenges in recruiting. As I was saying, in the past, everybody that graduated school need a full-time job, need to find an employee and all that. But now with the internet and gig economy, people now do work in these, become a bodybuilder and all that. These are different sources that are competing for talents. So as a company or as an organization, we need to start think, how do we compete for these talents? How do we fulfill them and provide an opportunity? Because they're shopping around, they're looking for a full-time job versus other sources of income, and they're making the decision they think that's best for their lives. So going back to what people are really looking forward of course, the work-life balance is one thing people are valuing more and more right now. There's also new ways of compensation. Saying this, it seems like it's actually nothing new. But if you guys have ever seen how compensation structure is structured in industries, sales, usually they get a percentage or things based on their performance. So for people that's working as a sales, it's usually not a fixed income. It really depends on their performances also. So that has been long structured that way, while people in administrations, in operations and different roles are more of a fixed income. But is there a new way of thinking, okay, how do I actually build the compensation more up of a KPI, just like a sales representative, instead of just a fixed income? Is that something we need to navigate also as an organization? Because the gig economy can uprise is because they are valued, they're receiving their compensation based on their performance. As an Uber driver, the more you drive, the more income you get. But as a fixed salary, it's usually not that way. How can should we, as an organization, can we start thinking, is there a different roles of compensation structures down the road? There's also learning and growth. In a role, do you feel that, are you learning, are you growing, or are you just doing a repetitive job every day? And then there's also the sense of meaning. As we see in the previous chart, the works they're doing, is it impactful? That has become a more and more valued things that we're thinking also. So, flexibility in work mode. Ever since COVID, that has spin up that process also. People are more and more looking, can I work remote for a couple days? Do I have to go into the office every day? That has been things that more and more people have been thinking of. And lastly, positive workplace culture. That's also been valued lately also. So these are just things that organizations should start thinking of. But this is more of an introduction and showing of what we're seeing in the mindsets happening nowadays. Just as the 30s, looking at the 20s, I think there's so much change. And I'm still adapting, still learning. But these potential mindset of people wanting to be an influencer right after college, right after school, there might be different challenges they're facing also. Because you might try that road for 2 or 3 years and it's not successful, but by then your resume is destroyed. People are asking, what did you do after you graduated? Why is there 2 and 3 years that you've done nothing? And it's hard to get recruiting and going back a permanent job because we saw earlier, there's 62% of people that are doing freelancing, gig economy, rather actually have a permanent job. So they're navigating through this ambiguity times of searching the best future of them, but there might be pitfalls also. So I'm just sharing these because I don't think there's a clear answer of what will the future look like. what's the best for the young generations? Everybody want a better life. We all want a perfect life, that we have time, we have work, we're happy and all that. And people are just navigating. But these mindset change is really interesting. And I think it's nice sharing with everybody of what I've been seeing. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Mr. Ho. Let's give them one more round of applause. Woo. All right, now it's break time. So let's take 15 minutes break and please come back at 10:45, okay? Thank you.
喂，我们请台湾的所有的舍友，我们到台上来大合照好吗？我们请台湾的舍友到台上来大合照。
台湾的请上来。
台湾的舍友赶快上台，请台湾的舍友赶快上台来大合照，请台湾的舍友赶快上台来大合照。
我们请台湾的舍友动作快一点，因为我们时间已经到了，我要赶你们下台喽！快点，快点，快点！虽然他们听不懂。台上的舍友们，请动作快，谢谢。Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, please take your seats as soon as possible. We will start shortly. It's over 10:45, as I said, so please hurry up, okay? The next program is for AC 2023 promotion. So everybody, please, let's please get down the stage, and then so we can start the next program for AC 2023.
All Indian delegates may please come to the dais. All Indian delegates, please come to the dais.
I'm sorry, everybody has to hurry up a little bit, otherwise we will have a late lunch.
Everybody, please go back to your seat.
TM Jose, please.
We are
TM
starting
Jose, hurry up.
in 1 minute.
Please wait. TM Jose.
You can take photos during lunchtime. The stage will be clear during lunch. Please go back to your seat as we are starting.
Please be seated, thank you. Please be seated.
Please, once more, please. Hello, TM Jose. Dalasan.
来，我们的 Marshall， 麻烦请帮忙，请来宾就座好吗？在台下的 Marshall， 麻烦请帮忙一下，请我们的贵宾们就座，谢谢。
Everybody, please take a seat. Take a seat. We're about to start. Please take a seat. Please be seated. Welcome back, everybody. After today's Centennial celebration, we'll step into another century of YMI. The very first area convention to come is AC 2023 at Hong Kong. I'm sure they're ready to provide us some background information. Let me invite the Secretary General of Hong Kong Host Committee, Immediate Past Regional Director, Ms. Joan Wong. Please go on stage. Thank you. Host Committee Chair. What is your name? Hiro Tanaka-san. Thank you.
Now, can you hear me? Good morning, everyone. I'm Hiro Tanaka from Japan and PAP Asia Pacific area. So, on behalf of Asia Pacific area and as the host committee chairperson of the area convention coming this November, I would like to invite all of you to our convention, which will be held in Hong Kong from November 3rd to November 5th. It has been great pleasure to be part of this fantastic Centennial celebration and to meet many new friends, and many old friends, and also were able to make new friends with many people. So, please join us and strengthen that friendship, international friendship, fellowship, even further in 8 months later. Well, although this is our area convention, Asia Pacific Area Convention, our convention is open to everyone, and we'd like to encourage all the Asia Pacific area people to join, and moreover, especially, I would like sincerely invite Indian people and Korean people to join us. These two areas belonged to Asia Pacific area before separation, but the friendship has been continuing even in this time, and the friendship will continue for long, I believe. And our convention is usually held in August, but with this Centennial celebration, we have decided to postpone it, and because of that postponement, the weather would be better than in August, and also thanks to the full support from YMCAs of Hong Kong, namely Hong Kong YMCA and Hong Kong Chinese YMCA, we are able to offer you a quite favorable rate of hotel accommodation, and also the registration fee is quite reasonable. So please join us. Yes? And yes. Well, we promise to treat you with the hospitality that will be no less than this wonderful one of wise men and women in Taiwan. We promise you. So we look forward to seeing you in Hong Kong. And let's empower, lead, and shine. Let's meet again. Thank you very much. So now I would like to welcome our Hong Kong people. Please. Music? Video. Okay, sorry, video.
Hong Kong is ready to welcome you all again. It's time for all of us to say, hello, Hong Kong.
So please welcome our Hong Kong wise men, wise women, and wise women as well. Please wave your flag if you have one.
Hello. Were you empowered? Yes? We are here to promote the AYC, Area Youth Convocation, in Pokhara, Nepal. PAP Hero said our area convention will be the first one after this, but actually, no. The youth convocation is the first. It will be in August in Nepal, and I would like to invite you, the young people, but whoever who is young at heart, including myself. If you know you are young at heart, you are invited. Okay? So please come and see us in Nepal. And our young representative, Ponton, will tell you more about the convocation. Thank you.
Thank you, AP Kekoksa. So first of all, let me introduce myself. My name is Tong. I'm from Thailand. I'm a youth program assistant of YMI, and I'm also representing the AYC committee today. So as Keiko-san mentioned that the AYC will be held in the beautiful city of Pokhara, Nepal during the 25th to 29 August 2023, which is early before our AC. So this comes first. And also the registration fee is $220. And this is include everything: accommodations, transportations, meals program, and 3 meals a day, of course. And also, we will get the warm welcome and hospitality from our friends, the host committee, Wise Men Club of Lumpini and Pokhara. In Nepal, they are waiting to welcome us over there. Yes, so please help us to promote this AYC to your friends, your family, your Wise Men Club, your youth club, and your YMCAs. As Keiko-san said, like, we welcome everyone that young at heart and everything. No age. Thank you, and we are looking forward to seeing you all in Pokhara, Nepal. Thank you.
Thank you for sharing the valuable information of AC 2023 with us. Please mark your calendars and let's meet together by then. Again, I'd like to invite ISG Mr. Jose Verghese to go on stage.
Hello again. We listened to AYC and also Area Convention of Asia Pacific. The US Area Convention also happening before that. It will be in June in a cruise ship from New Jersey to Halifax. And that also open to all. But more than that, where will be our first international convention in the new century of our movement? Unfortunately, the convention which was planned in Bangalore, India, has been cancelled. But the convention must go on. We were looking for a new place to host the International Convention 2024. As per our constitution, the International Council is the deciding body to fix the venue and host of the International Convention. Subject to that approval, since the time is too short, we don't want to prolong too long so that the people will have difficulty to register and prepare for the event. The international executive officers, the area leaders were exploring different options, and we requested to many movements, and we believe that it is fun to have the convention, and the YMI is all about fun, and where we can go. The tourism tagline of a country which says that it's fun to go to where? It is fun to go to Philippines. So let us welcome our friends from Philippines to just say a few words about Philippines. And they are, in a short notice of time, they have agreed to consider this option, and the official announcement will be made after the International Council decision. But I am sure they will be very happy to, all the movement will be very happy to go to Philippines and have fun together. Welcome, CP.
Hello, everyone. Good morning. I am from the Philippine region. I'd like you all to know that you are all welcome and invited to our next YMI International Convention 2023-2024. Welcome to the Philippines. We've just accepted the challenge last night. We don't have definite dates yet, but surely you'll enjoy exploring the beauty of the Philippines. Welcome to the Philippines. May I request all the Philippine region delegates to come up to stage? May I request all the Philippine region delegates to come up the stage? Philippine delegates?
Kati-kati na ba ang iyong mga paa? Handa nang umalis, mag-iwaliw at lumarga. Buti na lang taga dito ka. Sing dami ng happening. Ang dami ng
Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to present to you, I am proud to the core leaders of the Philippine region. This is us. Welcome to the Philippines.
Sobrang swerte kaya ng chinelas mo. Nakatapa ka sa paraiso. It's more fun in the Philippines.
More fun in the Philippines.
Palalayo. Mula Batanes hanggang Mulos. Iba ang saya ng Pilipino. It's more fun in the Philippines.
Thank you.
Nandito ng lahat, saan pa pupunta? Malalim ang dagat at mababaw ang ligaya. Halatang Pilipino ka. Abot langit ang iyong ngiti. Dahil yan masasaya. It's more fun in the Philippines. Bakit palalayo? Sobrang swerte kaya ng chinelas mo. Nakatapa ka sa paraiso. It's more fun in the Philippines. Bakit palalayo? Mula Batanes hanggang Mulos. Iba ang saya ng Pilipino. It's more fun in the Philippines. Smiling, singing, working, tapping, talking, hopping, sleeping. More fun! Sing dami ng happening. Ang dami ng isla. It's more fun in the Philippines. Bakit palalayo? Sobrang swerte kaya ng chinelas mo. Nakatapa ka sa paraiso. It's more fun in the Philippines. Bakit palalayo? Mula Batanes hanggang Mulos. Iba ang saya ng Pilipino. It's more fun in the Philippines.
Thank you. Please put 2024 in Philippines on your calendar as well. Now, I'd like to invite ISG Mr. Jose Verghese to go on stage. Thank you. For declaration.
No. I will invite. Friends, we are coming to the last part of, or the closer to the last part of our Centennial celebration. The Centennial celebration team has been working very hard for more than a year, and they would like to share a Centennial declaration as a commitment to go further. It is my great privilege and pleasure to invite the International President, IP Ulrich Lauritsen, and the International Celebration Committee Chair, Hank Walter from United States to come to the stage and officially declare the 100-year centenary declaration to the worldwide movement.
We proudly celebrated YMI's legacy, mission, and impact in the first century. Let's all walk together into the next century to build an equitable and sustainable world for all.
Thank you all. Since we made the Centennial Declaration, from now on, we shall still do the best within communities with the core values of selfless service and sacrificial giving toward the sustainable development goals in the future.
At this point, the Centennial celebration almost comes to an end. Several objectives and goals were achieved. In the meantime, the host committee team has collected, edited, and combined all sorts of activities into a short video of 10 to 15 minutes. Please join me in watching the highlight of 3-day celebration.
Thank you. Alas, may I have ISG Mr. Jose Varghese to take the floor for recognition and vote of thanks. Thank you.
Again, I have no words to say. Thank you, because I have spoken enough. But this is the moment that we were all looking for over a century. When Judge Paul William Alexander and his friends founded this movement, they must have imagined that a group of people, 400 or 500 or 600 people, will gather in Taipei City to celebrate the vision that they dreamt for. The mission that gave this movement will be celebrated this way. And we are here. And how we came here, how we celebrated, all depends on the strength of the organization. We always say the greatest strength of the wise men is the spirit of wise men. That is the fire that keeps this movement running for 100 years. The spirit that burning in each wise man and wise woman across the world is the greatest strength of our movement. And that is exemplified by the spirit of Taiwanese. The Taiwan people's strength and their power is being demonstrated by this. Their resilience, their ability to challenge the adversities, their ability to survive, their ability to challenge the principles and practices that goes against. And they demonstrated this here with a short time under the great leadership of host committee chair, Cha-Ming Shen. A great leader is born. His theme is Simple is Beauty. You cannot find a Cha-Ming without smiling. I don't know how his parents has chosen the name Charming to him. He is really charming. And he is going to give the charm to the entire Wisdom movement as the 102nd president of this. Taipei is known for 101, but Charming is 102, 1 meter ahead of that one. On behalf of the entire Wisdom here, and those who are listening through the live streaming, and the members who have a passion to come here, or who are unable to come here, we present our great honor and appreciation to the host committee of Taiwan region. I request the Taiwan region regional director and our host committee chair to come to the stage. Our international president, Ulrich Lauritsen, will give a token of appreciation to Taiwan region. It says, with our legacy logo, with the Paul William Alexander head, Weizmann International presented to Weizmann International Taiwan region in appreciation of his outstanding leadership and contribution in hosting YMI 100 Centennial celebration in Taipei, presented on 12th March 2023. Ulrich Lauritsen, International President. Over 100 people work here for the last 1 year to make this happen. what gift we can give to all the marshals and the volunteers and the host committee members. We have to give them a special pin to recognize that we admire, we acknowledge, we value their service. Without them, this event could not have happened here. Without them, this event could not have been successful. Without them, we could not have been here. With all the power and the journey mercies and all the blessings that we receive from God, we could have it. So on behalf of all of you, we present 100 centenary pins, specially made for them, to the 100 volunteers, marshals of Taiwan region. Marshal, the chief of the marshal, please come forward too.
Marshal 不用上台哦，不用上台。我们沈周瑜想说一个。
Thank you.
Thank you, all of you who have been in the chair for organizing this event. In Denmark, we say, not an eye is dry, and I can feel I'm wet around my eyes. It has been a great event. Thank you very much. The program has been excellent, and you have almost followed the schedule. In 2016, you had the international convention here in Taipei. I joined, and we stayed at the Grand Hotel. And coming in the lobby, looking up the stairs, there was a great banner. And it says, living in harmony. And we are all grateful for your hospitality and for giving us this opportunity to explore what it is to live in harmony. Thank you.
Thank you once again, and thank you so much for ISG, Mr. Joss, the kind words. And our IP, Mr. Ulrich, give us encouraging and give us good words about this event. I think I must thank you so much for your joining Taipei and make this event very successful. There is a scene look like what's made great because of you. We are enjoying this Centennial celebration once in 100 years. So each of you participating in this event, you should be proud of yourself. Please give your hand. Thank you. Because this is my pleasure and my honor, also Taiwanese pleasure and honor to welcome all the guests, our wise men leaders in different areas, friends come here. I think Taiwan's kind hospitality welcome all friends to be here. It's Yesterday, I said Taiwan is a freedom-loving country, also a peace-loving country. So anytime we make IBC a relationship with each other, you can come to Taiwan, you contact your IBC president or club. Even me, you can send your letter or anything to request me. We will do our best according to our Taiwanese nature. Anyhow, time is short, and we wish to be longer. However, our program will be ending very soon. I hereby, representative of Taiwan region, and me and Mr. Wang, to thank you so much for your coming to make this event more success. Thank you very much. Thank you.
谢谢大家这3天在这边的聚会共聚一堂，也欢迎我们来自世界各地的我们的年轻好伙伴能够在这个地方，仅代表台湾总会，谢谢你们这3天的这个参与如果有招待不周或是不尽理想的，请大家多多包涵，也希望在3天能够留下一个美好的回忆让大家终身难忘，谢谢。
Our RD, Mr. Wang, thank you so much for everyone gathering in Taipei. We enjoy the fellowship and friendship. He wish each of you to have a wonderful memory for this event. And thank you for welcoming you next time. Thank you. Thank you.
Closing ceremony. It has come to an end to close the ceremony.
First, may I have IPIP Dr. Kim San-che to please close the Bible. Thank you. Second, may I have IPE Charming Shen to please extinguish the candle. Thank you, Mr. Shen.
Now, let's turn the ceremony over to IP, Mr. Ulrich Larsen, to declare the closing of the YMI Centennial celebration.
I'm hereby closing the centenary event 2023.
And now, people in charge, please follow the call and lead the way out. For people,
Dr. Kim, please hold the Bible, please. And the candle only, yes.
first, candle, leave the room. Second, Bible, leave the room.
Third, candle, leave the room. 他拿了 candle IP 就是球。 That just concludes the YMI Centennial celebration. Thank you all for coming to participate and witness the incredible moment. Let's continue to work together as a family to strive for the best interest of the world.
Now, it's a break time before lunch is served. Now is your last chance to check out the charity sale and souvenirs. You can't see of these souvenirs elsewhere, so don't make a regret and please go check it out. On the other side, for any person that actually found a ring last night, a male's ring last night, please return it to the marshals. And lastly, lunch will be served at 12:30. Please do come back by then.
Now you may go to the stage and take photos, and then we will start serving the lunch at 12:30.
请所有的 marshal 到那个舞台上来，好不好？我们来照相，请所有的 marshal 上来。请所有的 marshal 上台，我们可以来照相。请所有的 marshal 上台。那个 bridge， 请所有的 marshal 上台哈，赶快。脚步快一点，请快。请迄个，咱请什么人来甲咱翕相一下？请所有 marshal 上来，请所有 marshal 上来，请所有 marshal 上来。那个汉荣兄，帮我们照一个照相好不好？所有 marshal 请上来，那个